Growtopia is not the theme of the video if you saw the title. Rather, it's about Pixel Worlds, a game that very much resembles Growtopia in a lot of ways, and was the closest thing to a competitor when it launched. And despite being a lot younger than Growtopia, it ended service at the end of 2024. Meanwhile, Growtopia is still surviving. Now, I didn't play Pixel Worlds all too much, but from what I remember, it was at least a decent game with a tight-knit community, let alone the UI and the servers being just leagues better than Growtopia's. And so I'll be taking a tiny look into what this game is and the things that probably led to its closure, other than the fact that they replaced it with a whole new game. What the hell is this? Released on Android on November 20th, 2016 by Kokori Mobile Entertainment, initially with the beta name Portal Worlds before becoming Pixel Worlds due to encroaching on Valve's popular IP Portal. It's something I took a glance at and I was like, oh, cool. Anyways, I have to farm my pinball bumpers. Yeah, I was mostly apathetic when it released. I mentioned to my friends and they were like, man, that's just a goofy knockoff. And at the same time, Growtopia was just about to be transferred to Ubisoft, so there was a lot more excitement about that than some new game. But during that summer, my cousin started playing it and then I downloaded it and it was pretty boring. From what I could tell, it was just Diet Growtopia with the standard farming and trading, although it did have some unique changes then and over the years. Number 1, a hub world with a purpose. Instead of being focused on teaching players how to play the game like Growtopia's start world, Pixel World's Pixel Station instead acts more like a login bonus. You get to spin a gacha for some free goodies, and if you buy the VIP pass, you get access to the better gacha in a VIP lounge. So pretty much, this is just a part of your routine for playing rather than something to foster a community. But if you're a kid focusing on getting rich, you'd probably think, this game gives me free stuff just for logging on, this is way better than Growtopia. Number 2, activities, like actual ass activities to make money, without depending on other people, and without farming. Things like fishing and cave blasts in Growtopia were revamped into almost job-like occupations, where you can increase your stats and sell the items you get for gems. Additionally, a PvE system in the form of the Netherworld provided a unique experience that Growtopia recently tried and failed to replicate. Number 3, the Pixel Worlds Exchange, or PWE for short, is a game-wide market added a bit after release, and it's not too dissimilar to the auction house of Hypixel Skyblock. Instead of vending machines, the indirect way to exchange items in Pixel Worlds is by putting your items up on the PWE. And what's this? Things don't cost world locks? That's right, this game doesn't just have world locks and gems, but also something called Bytecoins, and I'm just playing the word Bitcoin, and it serves as the main currency over world locks. Also, you can put buy orders on the PWE by loading it up with Bytecoins, and honestly, pretty crazy that Growtopia hasn't done it yet because even Roblox Islands has buying machines. And otherwise, I'm pretty sure it had everything else fundamentally mirrored from Growtopia. There's events, there's clothing, there's a gem shop. Pretty much anything you'd find in Growtopia is either revamped or reskinned in Pixel Worlds. Well, everything except music notes, which really, I can see why this game shut down, because copying music is probably one of the most entertaining things to do. Now, to understand what went wrong over the years, it would be wise to start at the beginning, with the first videos on Pixel World's official YouTube channel. They have the standard videos on how to play their game, some streams, even special videos for the holiday events. But the most important thing is this guy right here. His name's Jake, and he's a developer and the community manager for Pixel Worlds. And he's not just a higher up like Seth or Amumu who just show up occasionally. No, this man was the face of Pixel Worlds. There are almost no instances where official Pixel Worlds content failed to include him. And as the community manager, he managed community, and was really good at it. Rather than just being a link between the development team and player base, he instead was a voice for players, along with just being an entertaining guy, wielding his authority and hearing out player issues, holding events, and creating series such as catching and banning scammers. Basically, this man was foundational to the success of Pixel Worlds. And therein lies a particular issue. See, it's real easy for people to grow attached to a single person, especially on a game debut, because 1, as a player, there's just less people to remember, and 2, there's no other option, so whether you like it or not, you had to accept Jake. Meanwhile, in Growtopia, there's developers, moderators, even something called guardians now that just seemingly come and leave, and it's kinda hard to grow attached to them when they coagulate into what is a group of people with power. And furthermore, only somewhat recently did they really start ramping up their community engagement. I mean, the Growtopia official channel started uploading a year after Pixel Worlds did, although that may be because it was owned by Seth and Amumu beforehand. But back to the issue. While it is easier to grow a community on the basis of one person, it also becomes a dependency on the individual. And what do you think happens when that person isn't around anymore? And no, nothing bad happened to Jake, he just moved on for the game and stepped down as the community manager. And this, as you can expect, was pretty shattering to the community. While Growtopia's big names like Seth and Amumu were part of the community, They were more so spectators of it rather than actively fostering and babysitting it, so them leaving was kind of like seeing your friend move away. I mean, it's sad, but you could get over it. Meanwhile, Jake leaving was probably the equivalent of becoming an orphan at the age of 5. Yeah, when Jake left, rather than speculating if the game would shut down, it instead became a question of when it would shut down. The answer to that is 2 years later. They also stopped producing content for the main channel because, well, with no community manager and no one else noteworthy enough to fill the black hole that Jake left behind, there wasn't really a point. Now, did Jake leaving cause the game to die? I wouldn't say so. But the lack of contingency in the case that he left sure did. What did they think was going to happen when the main host and community manager leaves? They didn't even try to replace him. They just stopped engaging with the community. To add on to this, it looks like the original Pixel Worlds team was replaced by a new one by the time Jake left, and, well, we've seen how that's gone before. The next thing to really talk about is the game in general. Just like Growtopia, Pixel Worlds has events from monthly to seasonal, and for Pixel Worlds, I'd say the biggest event is Halloween. It features a parkour called the Black Tower, where you parkour at the top and collect prizes along the way. However, unlike Growtopia, Pixel Worlds handles these seasonal events pretty differently, where rather than building onto each event every rerun, they instead make certain rare items exclusive to certain years. Now, I could ramble on about exclusivity in video games, but one thing to note is that exclusivity, especially in economy-based games, is a very dangerous thing to implement because when something is rare, it becomes more expensive. And when you have a newly released game with a small player base and you add in an item called the Dracula's Cave as a super rare drop exclusive to a time-based event, you're really just causing economic disparity on launch, with numerous other items like the Dark Pixie Wings, which are not only limited, but also paid with VIP. And the thing is that the people who played Growtopia already know most of the basic economics in this type of game, so of course there'll be hoarders and people just investing to see the numbers go up. Meanwhile, people new to the genre kind of just try it out and either stay hooked or get bored of being poorer than someone who just has a really valuable item. Growtopia's Phoenix items work because it was an entirely new concept that people never really saw before, and also because they're occasionally bringing the items back. But by the time Pixel Worlds rolled out, people already had a good grasp on how to succeed in this type of game. Also, because locks were things on launch, I can only imagine that the first people to play the game just scrambled to lock as many buy plus and sell plus worlds that they could, although the PWE was definitely good foresight to prevent economic destruction with the overvaluation of world names. This still didn't stop them from making three-letter world names really, really expensive though. And so there are two things that really matter here: the game and gameplay updates in general, and update 1.6.7. First, the game and updates. I think in the first couple of years, the non-event updates were really good, at least a couple adding big gameplay features like fishing, mines, dungeons, with others adding just more item packs and weekly/monthly events. However, these general updates really diminished both in terms of quality and quantity over the years, and by the last couple of years, if you only have two game updates, both for essentially mandatory seasonal events, I think it's a sign. Speaking of which, seasonal events. Recurring seasonal events are something really important in socioeconomic sandbox MMOs because they have the allure of being a repeatedly special thing to do other than the base gameplay. Growtopia displays this by making each rerun a new spectacle, usually adding a bunch of new items, gameplay elements, and, while not always perfect, it's at least more than what Pixel Worlds does. What does Pixel Worlds do? From the looks of it, they don't really change the content of the event and really just swap the exclusive items from previous years for items exclusive to the current year. Even looking at this, they only added 3 items to Summerfest in 2021 and have not changed the core gameplay of the event for any of the years. This isn't an update. So yeah, I think they tried making the base game really good rather than being event heavy, but the problem is that the sandbox MMO is more socioeconomic than MMO. In something like Skyblock, sure, you have an economy, but the main gameplay is individual. You have stats and really long grinds. And the main thing that shows progression is player stats, something only obtainable through time. In Pixel Worlds, the focus is money, something far less valuable in comparison. Like, if I have a bunch of world locks, sure, I'll be happy, but it's not something that really requires personal time or effort because I can just whip out a credit card and entertain myself with a false sense of joy. And now, update 1.6.7 in 2021, the update that changed the landscape of the game. They made world locks untradeable. Back to what I said previously, the Bitcoin on introduction was supposed to be the official currency of the game, but they started with world locks because Growtopia had world locks. And just like Growtopia, Pixel Worlds has scammers and people who illegally sell in-game currency for real-life money, with world locks being the typical physical bartering object. I mean, you can combine 100 of them to make a platinum lock, and not only that, but Pixel Worlds has something called lock tokens to break world locks into even smaller divisions of money. What did they expect? Anyways, scamming and IRL trading were pretty concerning issues for Kokori, and so their thought process was, nope, your world locks are now worthless. Stop doing illegal stuff. And when the update dropped, world locks became valueless. Well, not really, because they made a way to trade them in for Bitcoins, but the shock value still holds. Yet, other than the mild disruption to the economy, this was a seemingly good change. It was definitely something that made the game safer. Although that doesn't mean it made the game better. For one, there are basically no reason for trade worlds to exist because of the PWE, and while person-to-person trading allows you to avoid taxes, it is just way too convoluted to sit in a random buy world alone to wait for someone to eventually come and possibly sell you a random-ass item no one's ever heard of. You'd rather just use the PWE because it's meant to make buying and selling items as easy as possible. Secondly, I think having scammers in the games is, controversial take, good for a game's health. Because here's the thing, some people don't actually want to put in the effort of playing a game, big surprise. And so if adding a risky way to obtain money illegally is honestly a really good trade-off, because if Kokori actually takes action on illegal activity, it'll have the double benefit of showing that the Pixel Worlds team actually cares about the game, and it'll also remove questionably obtained wealth. However, you can't really scam with Bitcoins because they're non-tangible. They're just a number attached to your profile rather than something that you can pick up and drop. And I mean, sure, trade scams are something that still technically exist, but again, the PWE kind of makes trading irrelevant. No, I mean, sure, subpar updates a fundamental change to the economy, a hole in the community. Even then, there are still people who will play the game, because for the most part, it's still a fun game, and they even have a lore, which, if you expect me to go over, no, you think I care about the story of video games, the best part of watching an skippable cutscene is going on your phone to do something else while it plays. So if it isn't the game that's bad, and not entirely the fault of the development team, then what else is there to blame? The game philosophy is what? Because economy games tend to fail to have sinks of money for players to use, which is why Growtopia has like a billion gotcha items to remove gems and world locks from the economy. Meanwhile, Pixel Worlds is very fair and even might be too generous with obtaining wealth, which is why economics is a college-level field of study to show that inflation is bad. Yeah, the inflation in this game is a bit crazy. I would say it's even worse in Growtopia because Growtopia, again, has money sinks, and the only items that are really rising are the exclusive ones, which Pixel Worlds just has a lot more of. And also the duplication exploits. The duplication exploits definitely made the game croak. Now, I didn't play Pixel Worlds all too long. After picking it up for like a week in 2017, I came back and played it for a month during COVID in 2021 and stopped right when update 1.6.7 dropped. But a bit later, my friend informed me that a dupe happened and tanked the entire economy. The exclusive items like the Dracula Cape and Ferric Pixie Wings went from being the most expensive items to becoming valueless. Yeah, the problem with exclusivity is that if a duplication exploit occurs, it targets the rarest items to easily disrupt the foundation of the economy. And you, as a player, have to think, I hope the developers are able to fix it and remove the dupe items. Yeah, they kinda did, and it kind of didn't work out. I think it's mostly because they try to do it manually, and to scour through hundreds of thousands of transactions and trades, item drops, and pickups, both legitimate and illegitimate, is not something feasible in terms of time and effectiveness in the long run. Contrast, Growtopia has the infamous rollback, an event that basically resets the clock, and is usually followed by an apology weekend for destroying the time that actual players spent during the rollback. It's a pretty harsh system, for the most part it works better than trying to do it by hand. I can see the reasoning behind not wanting the rollback though, because it'll likely piss off a bunch of people and be a larger pain in the ass to implement. But the duplication was not some small thing that was as easy as punishing players and removing items. This was more fundamental and laid the groundwork for how Pixel Worlds would address similar incidents in the future. Spoilers, not very well. Now, my sources say, um, my sources are down. But if we look at the Pixels Reddit, we'll see that after the first incident, they really kind of didn't do much about the, literally so many future dupes. Yeah, okay, maybe Jake leaving was definitely a sign of them giving up on the game. Now, before the game shut down, I was able to get a little bit of footage, which I'll show here. Alright, let's head back to the Pixel Station and just see what they have here. I have no VIP, I have some armor, I think, somehow. LY, character age 1493 days. That is quite the amount. Yeah, this is so sick. I forgot they had combat perks. And not just that, but they have like other things, like for, pets and stuff. Oh my gosh, I forgot. Boy, this is sick as hell. Unfortunately, the game's about to die, so yeah, daily quest. I don't remember this. So daily bonus, this is the gambling, right? Yeah, I want to gamble. Like, oh, I can get a festive cone hat. That won't matter. Or you can get a level 2 floor mines key. Or 50 gems. Why are there a bunch of dirt seeds? I think these are possibly bugged here. I don't think we can pick up the dirt seeds. Okay. I can claim some VIP right now, though. And I can get even more VIP. Oh, is this what I did? I probably just saved it up so I could, like, claim it later on, and that's probably, right now is probably the best time. I can probably just claim all the VIP right now. You get free wings. Well, I just got, like, repair wing. Why did I just get, like, why did I just get 999 familiars? And then this is the fishmonger stuff. Oh my god. 10 million gems. Alright, cool. My eyes are exploding. What the? Oh my god, I got a VIP login bonus. Wait, I need to go open the VIP thing. I can become VIP now. I can be so cool. Oh my god, I can get the hat of the shark. Give me that. Give me that hat. Ooh! Oh my god. Okay, I do have some worlds, I guess, but not anymore. Tackle GT, I feel like I should own this unless it got annihilated. Oh yeah, I'm definitely, or I don't think I own it. Yeah, Buy Tackle owns it. Wait, my clothes! My clothes are here! My sets! Oh my god, it's me. It's me, Bri the bot. They don't have a mask either, but this is fine. Also, this scarf is kind of mediocre. I don't know if they have a bow tie, but they did not have in the past. This lock is dying and decaying. Oh, I can just break it. That is pretty sick for an admin to break the lock. Yeah, so I need to try the tutorial stuff and then also record footage. I'll be doing that later. Yeah, I didn't log on during the final moments. I was playing Minecraft because in all honesty, I don't really have any strong feelings for this game. I played for a bit, had a good time, and left satisfied. Although, from what I've heard, this was many people's introduction to an MMO sandbox, so yeah, it was probably a heartfelt moment as everyone sort of just stood around in the hub and then bam, air reconnecting, please try again later. Now back to the very start of this video, Nexus Station is the new game that Kokori pushed out, and in my humble opinion, it looks ass! From the trailer, it really just looks like you just make maps related to parkour and roleplay, and that's really all. It just seems so soulless, and in essence, it's basically just a knockoff Mario Maker. I don't see how anyone above the age of, like, 7 would be compelled to play the game, because at most, it's just a 2D platformer with the most shallow movement mechanics, a tech chat, and servers. I feel like I could get more of an empty Roblox game because there's more depth, both figuratively and literally, but I guess you can't judge a book by its cover, so let's try it out. Okay, never mind. This thing is not compatible with this. Never mind. I got trolled. Yeah, it's not on Steam either. So, is it just like? Let me check my phone. This thing only has 10,000 downloads. Oh, it's on iPhone. Okay, I guess I'll download it. I don't really know how to get footage here. I know how to get footage here. Okay, is this on? Alright, we found an Omega Booth way to screen share this game, via Discord. It works. At the very least, it works. I don't think there's any audio, but yeah, I don't hear anything. Whatever. No one needs audio for this game anyway. Wait, I can hear it. Oh my god. Okay, let's just go to the Nexus Station. Let's just see what's there. No way there's an actualized human being. There's actualized human beings on this game? That's great. It's so laggy. Oh my god. There's a punch button? This is the dinkiest little punch I've ever seen. What is this? What is... What the hell? Okay, so this is players in the world. There's like 15. What? Okay, store. They have a store page. Oh my god. You have to buy packs to make worlds? Can I double jump? Oh, I can double jump. Oh. Ooh, parkour. Nah, I can't jump on those. Okay, they're in the background. World Finder. Okay, what is the highest rated world? Parkour. Let's do parkour. That's not... okay. Build... Oh. Let's go to building parkour. Alright, let's go! Ooh, this is sick! I just lag spiked. That wasn't my fault. Oh, those are spikes! They're dangerous. Right. Oh, more spike. Oh, damn. Damn, luckily I can zoom in. can zoom in and get more precise platforming. Wow. Ooh, I almost touched them. Ooh, alright, now we zoom back out. Oh yeah, this is great. What the hell is this? Okay, whatever. Oh my god, we finished. We finished building parkour. I placed first. Oh, and the game crashed. And for my final thoughts, I think Nexus Station was just a really terrible move. Even with Pixel Worlds in its dying, decrepit state, there was still some entertainment value to get out of it. There's still a bunch of base gameplay to do. There's a bunch of quest lines and events and stuff that you don't really need updates for. Like Roblox Islands is a game that has lost support, but it's still up on Roblox, and it still has thousands of players just playing it because it's still a game that's pretty fun and it has an economy. Nexus Station is just, I don't even know how to describe it. The thing is that the game has a budget, it has graphics, it has things that make up a game, but the idea of just playing the game is not fun. The game itself is not entertaining. And that's really all. Pixel World's pretty good game. Nexus Station, not so much. Rotopia, going to be dead by 2030. Me, terrible upload schedule, please send help.